On everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today's video we're going to be diving into how to make a lead form ad for your clients. This is one of the most versatile, one of the most highly used types of advertisements in your campaign arsenal. Most clients that you'll find that you'll be servicing will and can use lead generation type advertisements for their campaigns, and are typically the best to use to get the most results in a very short amount of time. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. So we are back in my computer. Like I said, we're going to be going through how to make a lead form ad, and if you want, I can show you. Move this microphone a little bit. I hope you guys can notice a drastic change in the audio. I got a Blue Yeti blackout USB microphone. Fantastic purchase. I love it. And additionally, if you are interested and you're using any type of, if you're using a microphone for any type of streaming or even for Skype or anything like this, voice meter with these settings, amazing, absolutely amazing. I'll link the video if I can find it in the description. I'll link it and you guys can have it. It's amazing. So let's jump in without getting too far off topic. You can get to Ad Manager through here, by simply logging in. But I'm going under the assumption that you guys already know how to get here. Obviously, this is, the little hamburger here. We're under Ads Manager. I'll take you there. Under Ads Manager, it's very simple. We actually don't want to create an ad in here. This is actually one of my clients. So let's go under there. Yes. Okay. So if you say, for instance, your client, you're running it under their ad account. Some of my clients want it on their ad account. Some I run under my own and just use their Facebook page. To me, it doesn't matter. I personally like to be added as an asset, but either way works. So it works for both ways. So you'd simply go to your campaign objective would be lead generation. And then we're going to come down here, name it. You can create a split test. If you don't know what a split test is, it's basically, as Facebook describes it, test ad sets against each other to understand which strategies give you the best result. Your potential reach will be divided among your ad sets for accurate split test results. I personally don't use that. I create my own split tests just based on my own understanding of the metrics. Using campaign budget optimization, or the acronym is CBO, that you probably will see around Facebook or YouTube or wherever it may be. I do use this occasionally. It depends. So there are a few different changes that will be made by selecting this. There are some things that will be disabled and some things that will be enabled. I will leave it, just for the sake of this video, to off. So this is where you're coming into the ad set itself. This is where you would name it something that is relative to what the ad set, the ad type you're running. Here's where you would choose the Facebook page that it would be attributed to. Later on down the road, it'll let you select, once we get down to ad, it'll let you select the Instagram account if you're running through Instagram as well. As you know, Instagram and Facebook are linked, and you have the ability to run ads on Instagram as well as Facebook. So here, if you are working with a client that has a large database, or I'd say anything over 500 contacts, such as email addresses from their past clients, then here's where you could come in here and you could create a custom audience. And then you would go to a customer list. Most of them are not going to have anything that has lifetime value, but there are certain instances where they would, but we're going to do this as if they don't. So here you would choose the origin, and you would choose directly from customers, and then you would upload the file. Now it has to be CSV or text. I found that Facebook best recognizes CSV or comma separated values. If you're using most CRMs like HubSpot or Pipeline Deals, there's a ton of them. I mean, there's so many different CRMs. So I'd say 99% of them will export to CSV. However, if they export to Excel, then all you would need to do is go into the Excel file, press save as, and then save as. The file type would be CSV. You'd come here, you'd upload it, and then you would name it. And then what it will do for you is, let's see, I have some lists of some random lists. So I'm going to come in here, and here it'll choose the ones that it recognizes. Like in there, all I've done is what I did in there is I took out every other field except for name and email. So this is what Facebook understands, and it's not going to upload the names. So it understands the emails, and then what we're going to do is go to, just so Facebook doesn't mess me up, I'm going to restart this process just in case Facebook decides, because I got that list from D7 Lead Finder. So what we're going to do is go to from partners. I'm going to delete it anyways because I'm not going to use it, but just in case. So we're going to just leave that as the name. We're going to press name. Here we go again. Email, it understands it. There is one unmapped. I'm already showing do not upload. So we're going to go 148 rows. Now, like I said, I recommend at least. Now, I've seen audiences with 200, 300, even 100 perform adequately. However, I would recommend at least 500 for optimal results. Now, as you can see, what we can do even further is to come here, take the audience we just created. It's going to be in Los Angeles, and we're going to create a lookalike based on that. The 1% is the most likely. The 1% lookalike consists of the people most similar to the lookalike source. So here we would come here, create a lookalike, and now we've got the lookalike of the car dealer. So we're going to come here and take that off. So now we're looking at about 2 million people, and then we're going to want to go to people who live in this location, and say you're running in, let's just say, because I live in California, let's just say Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles is a fairly big city, so we're going to break it down to 5 miles. Sometimes it doesn't let you. It requires you to do 10, which it looks like it's doing. Yeah, it requires 10. Audience is too specific. Make sure you can check up here. So let's go to 15, see what it does. you're within 1,000, which is kind of weird, but not 220 miles. Okay, that's a little large for my taste. I prefer it to be right around in the 100,000s, right around like 100,000 to 200,000. But just for the sake of this video, we're going to leave it there. Now, it really depends on what kind of ad you're running. Now, for a service-based business, you're going to want to drop this number. Like, say, for instance, you're running a chiro or you're running a dentist or anything like that, you're going to want to get this in like the 100,000 range to 150, 200,000 max. And that's just based on experience. I found that you get better results. Now, I typically don't even pay attention to these because it could be completely different. I mean, you could get completely different results. So, and if you're running an ad for service based, like I said, you want to make sure that you get people who live in this location instead of choosing everyone in this location, because that will also target people who are traveling, who are recently there, and you'll find better results for people who live in that specific location as opposed to somebody that's just traveling. Unless it's like emergency dental. I mean, you're not really going to want to target people who are traveling there or anything like that to begin with. So obviously here's age and gender. If you're running real estate ads, I'd stay away from the age. Facebook does not want you to, I don't know why my little tracker is not going away. That's okay. So running real estate, Facebook does not want you to play with the age or the gender, and you actually physically can't do a zip code, but what you can do is you can drop a pin. If Facebook would work for me, you could drop a pin, like say for instance there, and it's going to pop up a little longitude and latitude marker, and then you can just drag the mileage. It's got to be 10 miles. It can't be 5 anymore. So you can't type in a zip code anymore, but you can drop a pin and lower it down to 10. And then here's where you would come in to do your interests, and you can play around with them. Once you've typed in a few, I'd say keep it between some you really don't have to use that many. Some you can go up to 15 or 20. I wouldn't go past 20. 20 is even pushing it a little bit. And you can obviously browse the demographics, interests, behaviors. Facebook has removed quite a few of them, but there are still some relevant ones. This is where you would exclude people, and I want to know why it's not removing it. It's so weird. It's this little dot supposed to go away. This is where you can exclude people. So say, for instance, you're running a real estate ad, you could put real estate. Always go with the check here because there'll be interests, job titles, and employers. So you could type in the same for you could do job titles and employers for real estate agent and broker. And then you're going to want to type in like the big names like Keller Williams. I think it's like Podley. I can't remember what that one is. I'm thinking Berkshire Hathaway. That would be Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. There's like Pinnacle, State Properties, Century 21. So you understand what I mean. So if you're running an ad, you want to make sure that you're not targeting the competition. So you don't want to target business owners that own. You don't want to target dentists if you're running a dental ad. You don't want to target chiros if you're running a chiro ad. for that business on behalf of that business. And that's, you don't want their competition to see what they're doing and copy it and make it a little bit harder for them to stand out from their competition. So here you can even go deeper and add a connection, people who like your page. I typically don't do these because they kind of mess with this. They kind of mess with things, and I just don't personally like it. So then you could save the audience. I'm not going to. Automatic placements. Now, there are so many people out there that'll tell you to just use automatic placements, but I'm on the fence. I edit placements quite a bit, and you could actually go here and then go to audiences, and then there's a way to actually find out sort of what your audience insights. I'm sorry. If you go to audience insights, so let's just open this up real quick. Here you can play around in here, figure it out, watch some YouTube videos. You can do everyone on Facebook, and you can find the demographics of people that are interested in your specific category, things like that, and say you can find what sort of device they're on. So I do that a lot, and I find that a lot of my target audience is on mobile. So I just do mobile, and you'll find that a lot of different pictures, a lot of creative that you use or videos, they might not work correctly. So what I do a lot is I simply do the Facebook feed, the Instagram feed. Unless you have a really killer video, I wouldn't put it in stories. In stream, it has to be a video. Pictures do not work well in stream at all. Contextual spaces I never use. And then only certain things, like this obviously doesn't work with lead generation. Only certain things work with the lead generation objective. If you're getting video views as your objective, like these will all work. But and if for some reason you want to make sure that this is on all mobile devices, and you don't want this selected, because that means only people that are connected to Wi-Fi will see your ad, and that will lower your exposure down or your engagement a bit. And then I don't mess with cost control unless I really just don't. I've actually found better results from using a lifetime budget. And then with a lifetime budget, you also get the ability to, and I get this question a lot, why can't I schedule ads to run in certain hours? That's something that you have to have lifetime budget for. You can't have a daily budget for whatever reason, if I remember correctly. Yeah, see how it goes away? It's only available with lifetime budgets. Not sure why. So here's where you can put the start and the end date. Typically, you're going to run on a 30-day period, or if you're running like a lightning round ad, you could choose maybe a week or whatever it may be. That's all relative to the type of campaign you're running. And then this is where you're going to want to use this ad accounts time zone. It'll tell you if it's wrong. You could just use viewers time zone. But you're going to want to do the ad accounts time zone to make sure, because it's set up in, like, I'm in Pacific time. So say, for instance, they open at 9, you'd come down here to click that and drag it over, and they close at 6, and they're open every day, Monday through Sunday. If they're not, what you would do, instead of down here, you would come and do it like that. You could drag it like that. And then say, for instance, you have different hours on Sunday, which a lot of them do. A lot of businesses do. You could change it, and that's when the ad will run. So we'll come here and we'll continue. And this is where you get into the ad creation. So carousels work really well. And if you don't know, a carousel is a scrollable image. So as you can see right here, this is where this would be in the feed, and there'd be your ad creative up here, your text. Your ad copy. and then you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4. You can have however many images you want. I've found about 4 or 5 images work best. Not sure what that at no additional cost. Not sure what that means. But I've never I've never used more than 5, so I wouldn't know. You can also come in here and create a video slideshow, and they have templates and things like that. I'll show you real quick. There's just they have a few of them. Oops, stop that. It's being weird lately, so we're just gonna scroll down. There's a few of them, and you can make your own with like different apps and things like that on your phone, or you could create your own video with like Wondershare, which is a Filmora app, or not an app. It's a video editor. So you could. I found best videos do work really, really well, really, really well. Now, if you have a poorly shot video, then I would not recommend it. If you want to feature your, so right now we're actually on single images. That's why. So if you want to feature excuse me, like say for instance you're running a dental ad and you want to feature the cleaning, or you want to feature um, the inside of the dental practice, you could do this because you'd scroll through them. So there'd be one here, and then you could scroll through them. You could have a few different ones. And here's obviously the Facebook doesn't tell you, but I believe that 600 by 600 is 600 by 600 pixels. And if you want a fantastic way to edit pictures and change sizes, things like that, you need canva.com. So right here we can come 600. Now I have Canva Pro, so which is cheap. I think it's like $10. With Canva Pro, you could create something. Let's just say this is here, and it's in 600 by 600 right now. So what we can do with Canva Pro, you'll see obviously this is the little crown. That means it's Pro. You can come in here and say, for instance, you want to change it to a Facebook post, 940. So you could resize it, and boom, it resizes. And you can even come and publish to Facebook. But this is what we're going to do is we're just going to come back 600 to 600. We're going to resize it. We know we're not already in 600 by 600. We're going to just do copy and resize. Yeah, so this is 600 by 600 is Facebook's recommended size. So you could come in here, you could edit your picture to fit, and make it. Obviously, you can do things like that. It's very powerful. There's with Pro, what you can do also is say you download it, you can download it to a transparent background. Say that, but that really is only you're going to use that for like logos and things like that. So don't click compress because it'll make the low quality. That's just a quick intro to Canva. Canva.com, fantastic video editing, image editing site. I use it all the time. Obviously, I pay for it, so it's fantastic. Here's where you will type your attention grabbing headline. It'll go here, and then this is below the headline. That's there. Now, if you guys don't know and you're wondering how to put emojis in your ads, emojipedia.org. Come over here. It's in Unicode. Come over here. It's copied to your blah, blah, blah. You copy and paste it, and it'll show up there. I'll get it because it's too long. I'll show you here. And boom, you got an emoji in your ad. Emojipedia.org. Unicode emojis. Copy and paste. It also works in this is where you would actually put your copy. Say for instance, we just want everybody to know that we love Purple Hearts. So that's just that's where you're going to put your copy. And that goes there. That's how you use emojis. I always found learn more works real well. Never use download. I never use book now or apply now or get offer, get quote, nothing. I always use learn more. Always. So here's where you would have your app events, your offline events, and your Facebook pixel. Your Facebook pixel, if you're running to, if your client has a website, you can install the Facebook pixel, and the Facebook pixel can be used to create lookalike audiences and retargeting campaigns and things like that. However, that's a whole nother video for another series. We'll get into that later. So let me see. I want to preview it. So we're going to make a new form. So this is where people will be able to input their information. You can name it up here. More volume. Never put higher intent. Excuse me. Always put more volume. This is an intro. Optional. If you choose, if you turn this off, it's going to take the first image from your carousel and it's going to put it right here. Sometimes it will take the image from your Facebook page cover photo and put it here. The business profile that you're running to. I don't know when and I don't know why, but I have found that it does do that sometimes. I keep it on because you can upload an image to it. And what I'll do is I'll go to Canva and I'll create like a little cover that says, say for instance, you're running a dental and it's like a free cleaning. You know, you would put the logo and, or you could get a picture of somebody with like really dirty teeth or something. And then you could claim your free cleaning, you know, or you could put free cleaning voucher up here, and just be creative. I mean, I don't really run dentists that much, so I don't know. But you could upload images and it tells you the recommended size. The headline, it goes here, and the paragraph will go under that. Now, the one thing I don't like about this is that the text isn't centered. So if you write it, it's aligned to the left, like aligned to the left. I hate it. I wish you can align it. Besides, oh, they even removed that feature. Well, that's weird. I just created an ad yesterday and it worked. So yeah, usually you used to be able to, I mean, you should be able to space it, but it looks like since my yellow circle is there, I think my computer might be having a heart attack. But you could do that before. You could try it on your own. But it's aligned to the left for the most part. I don't like that about it. So we're going to move me a little bit. Let's go over here, actually. So that's that. Just make sure you understand headline here. Paragraph, and oh yeah, you can change it to bullets. So this is where you could like highlight, so like free cleaning, no expiration, per household, whatever, things like that. So you can change it to bullets. I use it sometimes, or you could just write a paragraph. So here's the questions. And this was just recently changed. I actually do like it because now I give you the ability to change the order finally, because before questions would automatically come to the top and it just looked terrible because you'd have your question up there and it just was terrible. So this is where you can choose. Come in here. So email. So say for instance you want full name, email, and you want to ask, do you smoke? If you don't know if you smoke, then your teeth are terrible, and you just might want to know that ahead of time. Questions are great to get pre-qualification questions out of the way. As somebody fills in this, say for instance you're running a real estate ad, you could ask down here, what's your time frame for buying? And people could answer that. And there are different types of Here are all the contact fields you could ask. Here's the user information, demographical questions, work information. I would not know why you would need a national ID number. Um, I, I don't know. Multiple choice, conditional, and appointment scheduling. Appointment scheduling is awesome. This is brand new. Your ad will only be shown on mobile. That's fine. You can literally schedule and you can schedule a um, you can schedule an appointment from the lead ad. It is cool, super awesome. I love it. I haven't used it yet, but I love the feature. And so yeah, you get it. So this is where you're gonna all of this information is gonna be collected. And if Facebook has the data, say for instance that you don't have any custom questions, you only have full name and email. Facebook has this information already. And I found actually for certain CRMs, it's best to use first name and last name. If you're using full name, sometimes the CRM will input the full name into the first name, and it just looks kind of funky. So you can do first name and last name. Facebook will automatically populate this information. The only thing the person needs to do is press next. That's it. If it's wrong, they can edit it. So you need to have a privacy policy to run these since you're collecting data, and your client should have them. Now, here's a little quick tip. If you are running real estate ads and the customer doesn't have a privacy policy of their own, you can actually go to their brokerage, say for instance, Keller Williams. You can go to kw.com and you can find their privacy policy. I don't know how they're not secure. That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know why they would be secure. It just means they don't have an SSL security certificate, which is crazy because they're free. And you would just come down here and you'd get their privacy policy. You would copy that. And this is totally approved by Facebook. You'd come in here. You're going to want to replace it because it's just going to. Oh, I switched it. Whoops. Boom. So now it says that. If they click it, it takes them to this link. Never had a single person click that, as far as I know. You used to be able to tell, but I don't think you can anymore. My buddy showed me a little trick how to do it, but I don't remember how to. I'm not going to get into that. So I keep getting in the way. My face keeps getting in the way. Here's where you could add a custom disclaimer. If you're doing anything based on credit, say for instance you're running for car dealerships like I do, here's where you would need to put a custom disclaimer. Now, if your client doesn't have a custom disclaimer on their website about credit, you can come to I may have the wrong single page website. Where is it? Probably should have put this. Here it is. Oh, it was CARDD. Simple, free, fully responsive one-page sites for pretty much anything. These are free, absolutely free, cost nothing at all, and all you have to do is go to find the standard disclaimer for the credit. Say you could go to a big dealership's website. I know we keep switching niches, but this lead generation works for this works for any niche. And Come in here. We're gonna put not available Puerto Rico. Oh no. Okay, so this is a super specific disclaimer, but what you could do is you could probably find it um, in their finance center. I'm not sure. I'm not going to spend too much time, but really a standard. I mean, a custom disclaimer is used in certain situations, 100% when you're running anything that has to do with credit. Say, for instance, you're a payment. You're offering a payment, a certain payment. Those payments are always dictated by the consumer's credit. You need that in here. You could go over to card, get your domain, and then what you would do is you would type that in, and then what you can do is you can edit the link, and then it's going to come under, or actually what you could do is, this is not going to go away because Facebook has been glitchy lately, but what you would do is find our disclaimer here, then you would highlight that, and if you're doing it for the first time, this box will come up, and then you would put this link. You click that check mark. Like I said, Facebook's always having heart attacks. It never works. And then right here, this would be blue, and they could click that, and it would take them to the credit disclaimer. I don't use the consent checkbox, which means they have to explicitly agree. Typically, because it says by clicking submit, that means if they click submit, they agree, and there's nothing that they can do about it. I haven't found any situation where it was super relevant, but I don't know how to make myself smaller. Can't get smaller. That's okay. We're going to come back over here. Here's your thank you screen, and there are only a few different. Again, Facebook is having super heart attacks. What is going on? I think it's Loon. Anyways, so what we're going to do is, okay, so here's your headline, description, and there's only a few. You can do a call now button. You can do view website. I use this to get people to try to subscribe to the Messenger bot. So here, the view website, you would put the mini chat ref URL. I'll make another video on about mini chat later. Whole nother ball game. Here's where you'd put the link. They click that. They get subscribed to the bot. Boom, boom, boom. Why is Facebook having a heart attack? I don't think it's that. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna hit the task manager. We're gonna boom, boom, boom. We're gonna close all that out. You get the gist of it. My computer is having an absolute heart attack, but that is, in a nutshell, how you make a Facebook lead form advertisement. There's no other steps after you create the instant form. All you need to do is click publish, and your ad will immediately go into review, and you will be set to go once Facebook decides that you are worthy to advertise on their platform. And once you do that, you can go into Zapier and set it so they can get notifications for leads. But this video is getting way too long. I'm out. I'll create another video on Zapier later, but I wanted to thank you for watching this video. Thank you for following along. If you enjoyed the content, please subscribe, like the video, share with all your friends, show me the love. My name is Devin Browning. I am out of here.